Hello, everyone, and welcome to a harshly lit episode of The Talking Fever. That may be a semi-emotional one. It's about being worldly, or rather, a lack thereof. I want, as far as I know in this moment, to create art. I want to be recognized and appreciated for the art that I create. I want to model, I want to make videos, I would like to make clothes at some point. And I want to give other people rather the knowledge and the resources to do what they want to do, which is a big part of why I do this, because I want to share what I'm going through in hopes that I'm not the only one, and in hopes that it'll help somebody. And especially getting into modeling and starting to make videos more and create more, and I want to get into music. I have a lot of interests. I like a lot of things. But a big part of doing those things is to essentially care about the world. I do because I generally care that the world, the state of the world, is more positive than negative. I care that people are trying to be true to themselves and that we can all live as peacefully as possible. But the reality of life is that it's not always peaceful. And that's pretty much as far as it goes. I, maybe like many others or not, have grown up in a Christian household, Baptist Christian to be exact. So a lot of my spirituality and faith has been influenced by that. Even though I rejected it for a long time, I've come to find some sort of a balance, and I think about a lot of the ideas and ideals that were taught to me through Christianity. And one of them that stuck with me like glue and has become so deeply internalized, I don't even know what to do with myself anymore, is the notion of not worshiping false idols. Idolization. In my maturation, how I assess that has really separated me from the world and what's going on in it. I've come to completely detach from people in the world. I don't really care about things the same way that other people care about things. I don't worship or simply care about bands or artists or designers or, like people in high places that have made history, essentially. For the most part, in my life, there's only one, two, we'll say, people that I've really ever truly resonated with, so much so to really be inspired by in that way. And that is Kathleen Hanna from Bikini Kill, and Susie from Susie and the Banshees. I love Susie. I love the band. They inspire me endlessly. And I resonate with her. I feel like I myself am like her. But I don't know her. And that's the caveat in things. Although I love it and the music inspires me, that's as far as it gets. It's just listening to the music. And I don't know, but that's all I feel like I need. And I just always have this notion in my head, like, if I ever get to meet them, then I'll get to know them, like, as a person. But there's only so much you can know from the internet, from Wikipedia and Google. But I think that holds me back. I don't know if there's anybody that relates to this, but it makes me sad sometimes, and it makes me feel like I'm just not a human or something, or like I am somehow selfish or ingenuine for not being so invested and frankly interested in everything that's going on in the world. But truly, I'm cautious to let the world affect me because I know how impressionable I am. I'm incredibly sensitive, very impressionable. And I think it also ties into me being in a place in my life where I am very protective of myself and my energy and what I give time into and where I put my care and my effort, because I have given too much into the wrong things. I have overextended myself in ways that just sucked the life out of me and made me feel worse. And this is a recent thing in which I've been able to pull back just in the last 2 years to not just give everything I possibly have and then some. So I feel an amount of guilt and like there's something wrong with me for not being so giving, even though I'm not so giving, but I still I feel like I'm doing something wrong still, even though this change has been so recent in me. I still feel some amount of shame around it, like I must not really care at all, but that's not the truth. I just have this fear around letting myself be in the wrong environment, letting that be okay, making myself uncomfortable so that others can be comfortable, giving more energy than I genuinely have to give to try to save people, to try to help people that don't want help, can't help themselves. And I don't know exactly what to do about that or how to deal with it. Because I feel like I'm being selfish sometimes. Like I feel like I'm thinking too much about myself. And I think I do. think I do sometimes. Like, I think too much about myself, and I think too much about how I can't provide everything, so I can't give anything. So I think I'm trying to balance out and figure out how to give again. It's like pulling a rubber band. Goes from one extreme to the next, If you're an overgiver and you finally stop that pattern, there's a good chance you're going to be so afraid, so contracted, that you don't know how to give or where to give or where to put your care, where to put your emotional energy, what to put it into. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm in a very in-between stage and phase, and I just want to be ready for the next thing when it comes. And I want to be open. I want to be receptive. I want to care more about the world, but I don't want to get lost in it. And I think that's something that I fear with not being very worldly, is especially wanting to go in a very worldly field, is losing myself in that. That is the thing that really holds me back, and it's quite a difficult exercise to open up yourself completely, full vulnerability to the world, to everybody that I may meet along the way, and to have the strength and the courage and the security in myself to say no to what isn't right for me, even when it hurts, or even when I may be judged or rejected or outcasted for it. I think it's just hard right now, and it's emotional right now, because this is a spiritual belief, I feel like I am being prepared for that. And I think these thoughts of being selfish or uncaring because I am not involved with worldly things, I think that's something that I'm learning how to balance and how to figure out what parts of the world, what aspects of the world are truly meant for me to be a part of, that truly resonate with me like Susie does. It's hard to take yourself out of the hole that you might be in, the hole that I'm in, to see the bigger picture, to look down at yourself from a higher place and see how it's all working together. And this is only a phase that maybe you need to go through so you can have these thoughts come to your mind, you can have these feelings come to your mind, and you can face them and deal with them, because it is necessary for you to figure it out, to accept it, to feel it, so it can change, so you can have that epiphany moment. And it won't happen if you don't deal with it or face it, So if you feel closed off, you may need to face why you feel closed off. What is making you feel closed off? What you're afraid of that might cause you to be closed off. So in those moments, how hard or sad, scary even they may be, something can click and you can realize true wisdom, truth within yourself that may completely change it, that may open up your heart and your soul. And that goes for everything, I think. I know that I have a lot of fear around people because I'm very sensitive, like super duper sensitive. And I get hurt so easily. I know how much I can care, so it's so easy to just turn the care off. It's like no care, or all the care and it hurts. But that, at the end of the day, isn't how I need to function. I need to learn how to put that knob right in the middle and where I should put it situation by situation. How I should turn it situation by situation. And that takes practice. So it's okay to be where you are right now. If you're in the I care so much and I'm overstimulated and overwhelmed and or if you're in the numb place where you care, but you just can't care. You have to save yourself from caring. Because I believe we all give a fuck. We all give a fuck. We just need to learn how to give a fuck. Yeah. Hopefully that made sense. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching me cry. And that's it. Hopefully you can relate. And I know talking about it made me feel better. So you're not a bad person. And neither am I. We're just human. And we're very complicated. But we're also really simple. And we're all capable of a lot. Good and bad. So allow yourself to figure it out. And give yourself patience and compassion to do so.